What's up, guys? David122 making a quick video tonight just so that I could give you guys something to watch from me, so you guys kind of, you know, don't forget that I exist, even though I am still in the midst of trying to get my my hand under control here with this recovery from the surgery. So I figured, you know, some quick videos might be in order, just so that keep the channel moving, you guys give something to watch, and, you know, just some fun stuff. And this was actually a replay I wanted to show you guys while I was testing a deck, and I think I'll just really quick go over the deck that I was using. It wasn't UA. just to make sure this video isn't 2 seconds long, because otherwise it's most likely going to be. This was actually a rendition of my Frog Panda deck, although I've kind of I've since changed it around a little bit since I posted my deck profile for it. So I ended up going to the 3 Slime Toad. I blocked my Treasure Panda up to 2. I dropped the Summoner Monks. I wanted less monsters. I went for the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, which I don't remember if it's in the old one or not. And then I changed some of the spells around, and I went to 3 Downbeat in order to just kind of so I can cycle more spells. Blocked Newman up to 2, and I threw in the Double Summon, which actually lets you unclog hands, and at very worst, it's just a spell you can activate for the sake of activating it so that your Treasure Panda can get a card out. Because even though it's kind of a nag play to do, at least, you know, you get a Toad on board, and, you know, most of the time you can just grind with Totally Awesome and win the duel against anything that's even remotely tier 2 or lower. So, you know, yeah. So, okay, that's what I was playing. So here is the duel, and this is against, I guess it's a World Chalice, but he's running all the old Heralds, like Herald of Orange Light and Herald of Green Light. And opening Venus was probably why this worked. Let's just swap it here. But yeah, and he's also using this guy here, this EB, in order to just like summon 2 fairies at a time, and he just kind of keeps going. Oh boy, look at this. I guess it's World Chalice, although he's clearly drawn into a lot of Heralds. And you know what? They are hand traps, which is interesting. They don't net you the same kind of advantage, but at least Herald of Arclight, even though it, what is it? It requires a discard as well as itself in order to activate. It does negate and destroy, so it ends up being a combination of Ghost Ogre and Effect Veiler. So that's kind of neat. It's, you know, I guess you get what you pay for here. But he extra links me. Like 100%, no joke, extra links me. And I can't make a Toad because yeah, I can't actually. There's the what do you call it, the orange light. But yeah, I actually can't do anything. So I just played every card in my hand just to prove to him that, yeah, you beat me simply through game mechanics. And I've never had it done before, so this is just a really cool thing to have happen. I'm actually pretty impressed. Alright, and to finish off the video, I figured it would just be interesting for us to kind of take a quick look at what this Herald Chalice deck this guy was playing, so we can kind of get an idea where his head at was when he was playing against me. And as you can see, he went very heavy with the hand traps. You've got the Herald of Purple Light, which when your opponent activates a trap card, you can send this card and one other fairy you control to the graveyard to negate the activation. If you do it, destroy it. You got Green Light, which does the spells, because green does spells, purple does traps. Ooh, see what it does there? And then the orange does monsters. Oh, it makes sense. If you consider effect monsters orange, I always thought they were kind of brown, but I guess it's orange. Hey, it's an orange, I guess. And the only reason these kind of neg yourself to negate an effect cards even kind of work is because of this Eva card, or Ava. It says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, doesn't say from the field, just is sent to the graveyard, and all these discard it, remember that. You can banish up to 2 other light monsters from the field of graveyard. Add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, which basically means because this thing is hand trap food, it is using the hand traps to then replace themselves. So instead of actually negging yourself, you end up actually recycling your hand trap engine, which is actually, I think, pretty cool, frankly. It makes these old hand traps actually kind of good. And like I said, he is playing your Venus, your World Chalice, the Chalice itself, and then some shine balls, and then you got your one beckoned by the World Chalice. It's a small engine. You also got your World Chalice Guard Dragon in here, And I think the rest of the tech in here is just in order to make the deck move. You got your Brilliant Fusions, and you got your Dark Hole and Regeki for board wipes, so it can go second. And then you got your defense against going so that you can go first with your Designator from the Grave and your Red Reboot. This one's pretty much to stop your hand traps. This one is most likely in here against, evenly matched, because this deck is trying to extra link your opponent out of the game and then just win by making them grind through all your hand traps. So a well-placed, evenly matched would be a great way to break a board of an extra link. So yeah, this makes sense that you'd want to run this, even though this trap's a little odd, but it does kind of actually make your opponent not be able to play a second copy of evenly matched and things like that. So okay, it's kind of cool, because yeah, evenly matched isn't actually once per turn. I guess the idea is that, you know, if you resolve it once, the second one would be dead. But if you negate it with something and like put it back in the deck, then they can just drop a second one. So I guess Red Reboot, making your opponent set another card directly from their deck, as well as putting the evenly matched face down, means that yeah, it's kind of keeping it from being activated again. So that's kind of an interesting tech choice against the evenly matched. And then his extra deck has got the one Seraphinite and then just a mess of link monsters. Nothing pretty crazy to see here. It's exactly what you'd expect somebody to be running in here. You got your Imdug, your Link Karibo, your Link Spiders, and all the Troy Mares. You got your Needle Fiber, a couple of World Shells in here. You know, the Summon Sorceress, and your Firewall Dragon to make it all possible. Nothing crazy, but yeah, I think this deck is actually kind of nifty. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this Herald Chalice deck. I think it's actually kind of cool. Props to this guy. His name was Player, so you know. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And remember, guys, if you don't truly metal, who will? I will see you guys next time.
The Destiny board tells me that you should subscribe to the channel, or you can watch some of these other videos. Now excuse me, my Millennium Ring has detected another Millennium item. Oh, it's just Merrick.
Akora, did you remember to get milk? We're out of milk. This milk is bad. It was terrible.